Welcome back, everyone. Staring from Mysterian Gaming here. Today we're running Mythic Gate of the Setting Sun. This is one of the higher level dungeons back in Mythic Pandaria. So we're just going to get into it and start running. Now after you get through these guys, you're up to the first boss. But also, you want to be aware of these bombs. As you can see, they explode and cause a bit of damage. Depending on how much HP you had back then, one of these bombs could actually one-shot you. Which is actually going to be one of the mechanics here when you come to this Saboteur kit. As we get into him, he has throw explosives. Which, as you can see, are these mines, just like we saw in the first part. Now, when they explode and hit other munitions, they explode as well. And they go into a plus side, I guess you could say the north, south, east, and west directions. So you have to be aware of where you're standing. As well, he has Sabotage, which he'll attach explosives onto a random player. When this explodes, you take fire damage, but you also can trigger the munitions as well this way. Now, the Word of Flames is a deadly ability you need to be aware of. When he hits 70 and 30%, he'll detonate all charges that are currently on the ground.
I'm gonna bring this whole wall down!
Now, if I remember, his achievement is called Bomberman, I believe, is where you need to set off 10 consecutive munitions at once, more or less. Now, this part here, people need to understand, you can actually skip all this by just running all the way to the next boss area. But the whole group needs to be in unison when doing this. That's unfortunately nowadays people do not do that. They actually think they have to kill it. Now, as you can see, the final boss is charging the gate. If you're on the gate while he hits, you will be stunned. So you want to cross this gate as fast as possible. And I believe if you jump the moment he hits the gate, you will not be stunned. Now, you see, I'm in combat, but I'm going to keep running to get by this. All this is actually skippable trash if your whole group together can make it to the elevator that is coming up right now.
We've got to go light that signal fire.
Now, as you can see, they don't come near you that well. They're slowly corrupt.
There's no clear path.
If you go up, more or less you'll lose the aggro upon them. And this will take you to the Striker guy here. Now, the Striker here has some abilities known as Prey Time. He'll go near a nearby enemy and stun them, and hold on to them while inflicting physical damage every second 5 seconds. Now, for healers, Impaling Strike, he'll inflict 50% of the total health as physical damage. So healers need to be aware when someone gets hit by this. Now, Strafing Run is when he hits 70-30%. He'll strafe the platform going one way, and then he'll come to the other side and go the other way, causing fire damage and fire patches to stay within that area, and you'll take damage every second if you stay within it. During this time, he summons up a Disruptor and a Striker. Now, the Striker is just simple melee add. Now, the Disruptor has Acid Bomb, which he'll detonate a random player of an Acid Bomb, inflicting damage and leaving a pool of acid that if you stand in, you'll take damage from. Now, I think I can't one-shot him per se. I think he has to go through his phases, but let's see. Apparently I one-shotted him.
From this tower.
Now, there's two options on this part. You could just bum rush yourself to the brazier there to slide it, or you can click on the cannons here to shoot down the fire bombers that are currently hitting the ground to eliminate the fire patches. Normally, I just get on there and just bum rush to it because I'm able to weave through the fire patches. And all my characters have a way to either speed up or negate damage. We're just going to leave behind this little defile patch because those ads are annoying me. Now, to actually get the next boss fight to start, you actually have to light the signal flame here. And you'll be treated to a small little cutscene once you light it.
The gates are about to fall! Quickly! Slaughter these meddlers!
Now, as you can see, the boss there, the final boss, broke through the gate. My advice is to kill the ads before you go for the Commander Reed here. Now, the Commander, it's more of a tank and spank, but you just gotta have situational awareness. Now, the vicious fluid's what you need to be aware of. He periodically uses fluid at his location, and if you get contact with it, you lose damage by 10% if you stand in it, and it can stack up, so you could actually have 50% reduced damage, so you have to be careful. Now, Friend's Assault is basically he inflicts 50% of his normal melee damage to all targets within a 91-degree cone. On 9 degrees long and a 90-degree cone. Every 0.3 seconds over 6 seconds. So you just need to stand to his side or behind him to avoid this. And periodically during the fight, he will call ads to aid him. The Swarmer, you can actually use his Friend's Assault to kill the Swarmers. This will hurt friend nor foe. So if you put them in front of him while he's doing this, he will kill them yourself. Now, the Saboteurs will paralyze during the battle and throw bombs around themselves, inflicting fire damage. Again, you can either burn them down or use Friend's Assault to kill these ads. Well, let's see if I can get him to do his vicious fluid.
No escaping me!
Now, you see, there are the ads right off the bat. Well, sometimes I forget because I have minions with me, they're going to attack him. I should have dismissed them beforehand, but basically you'll see a green patch of fluid on the ground. Just don't stand in it and you'll be okay. Now, there are actually two routes. Well, there's a few routes you could take. You could jump straight down, which most groups jump here and then jump on this wood plank and then jump down. But we're going to take the route that you were supposed to take, the one where you follow the shadow pan. See, this is the route they're taking. This is the one you follow them with. Now, since we're on our way there, Ryagon here as you see, he's trying to break through the other gate. Now, once you start this fight, he has an impervious carapace, which, sorry for that, he has to destroy this in order to actually do damage to him. Now, to do that, 2 players will jump in these cannons once the boss fight is initiated to be launched up to do damage to the weak spot in his face to destroy his carapace. Now during this time, as you can see, he will be ramming the gate. Players should either get off the moment he's about to hit the gate, or if you can eat it, take the hit, you'll get knocked off and stunned temporarily, then you just jump back into cannon to get launched back up. Now during the time, the other players should be the tank and the healer, and another PS down here to be taking care of the ads. You'll have the Protectorate, the Engulfer, and the Swarmbringer. Now the Protectorate has Hive Mind. When one of them is reduced to 20% health, it will cast this, increasing the attack speed of all nearby Protectorate by 25. Now the Engulfer has Engulfing Winds. It'll create a tornado at a target location, inflicting major damage to all people within a certain distance, and additional damage over time. Swarmbringer ability is a magic effect known as Screeching Swarm. Swarming absorbs healing and inflicts shadow damage, and it will detach from the host after 10 seconds. Now, if you have this, you're also causing damage to your party members if they stand within a certain distance of you. Now, once you crack the Carapace, he has Broken Carapace, which makes him take 300% increased damage. But during this time, he'll gain Fixate, which he'll go after a random player, but his movement speed is reduced. But movement speed is increased by 75% by that player, I believe. Now, Stomp, he'll stop the ground, inflicting physical damage to everyone nearby. But every time he stomps, he gets a stack of Frenzy, increasing the damage he dealt. So you need to be aware of that. But if you do things, once you break his Carapace and everyone jumps onto him, you should be able to burn him down quite rapidly. Now, as you can see, even at my max level, I'm barely doing damage to him. Now, I could kill him without having to do the mechanics, but we're going to do the mechanics, as you can see. Now, see, you get launched up here, and then you target this weak spot. And as you see, his Carapace got broken and destroyed. Now, for his achievement, it's known as Mantis Swarm. You defeat this boss without killing any of the ads that would spawn in. So if you want to get this achievement, you can come do it at max level, or if you're feeling for a challenge, do this while you're time walking. You'll need your 2 best DPS to get up there to burn down his weak spot, and then everyone just needs to jump onto him once his weak spot's been destroyed. And even with time walking, it's pretty easy to do it as well. Back then, it was not. But this has been Asterion from Asterion Gaming, asking you to please like and subscribe and share. I hope to see you guys in the next video.